Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Equity Podcast with me, Eric. We talk about investing your time versus spending your time today. I think it's a relatively straightforward concept for people to get. Are you spending your time where you're not getting anything back for that? Or are you investing it where you find meaning, you find joy, you get something back from that time? Time is a limited resource. We can't get more of it, and it's something that we don't do a good job protecting. We Somebody tries to get an extra $5 from us, and we're like, "Whoa, what's that for? How's it going?" We get charged an extra fee. But when somebody tries to interrupt us during our work, or somebody tries to steal our time, we don't even think a second about it. So and it should be flip-flopped. Like, time is something that we can't get back. We can get back money, we can get back other things, but time, we all have less than we had yesterday. So that's something that we should prioritize. Another way to think about this is alive time and dead time. It's another version that I've heard this before. Like all ideas that I come up with, that I talk about, these are coming from somewhere else. And investing versus spending your time comes from the one thing. I can't remember where I heard dead time versus alive time, but kind of the same thing. Are you just dead to the world and you're not getting anything off that, or is this time active? Are you being active? Are you being present? Or are you the opposite of that, right? You just doom scrolling Instagram, right? Be conscious, be aware of what you're doing with your time. Don't just throw it away, because you can't get it back. So I wrote down some things on like what came to mind when I was thinking about this. And the first one is social media, obviously. And it's very easy to just start scrolling, right? And I think there's a few things that we can talk about there. One is being bored. Being bored is okay. As soon as there is a half a second of I need to wait or there's nothing to do, you grab your phone and you start scrolling. It's okay to be bored. Like, boredom is good. That's where interesting thoughts come from. That's where creativity comes from. When you're bored, your brain starts thinking about different things that we can do. And I find that when I'm bored or when I'm mindlessly doing something that needs to be done, washing the dishes, showering, cutting the grass, like doing this type of stuff, it's when I get a lot of the ideas to do these blog posts, or I get ideas on how to make the gym better, or an idea of something that I want to do on the house. Like, these times can be fruitful if you use them. But if you just constantly, or just as soon as there's a half a second of boredom and you just start scrolling, your brain is just worrying about getting that dopamine hit of looking at all that stuff, and you're not actually thinking about anything, and it's literally dead time. Now, is social media bad or evil? No, but we can put some restrictions, we can put some goalposts around it so that we use it in a more effective manner. I have family all over the U.S. I have my dad's in Indianapolis, my mom's in Nevada, my brother's in Utah, my other brother's in Indianapolis. I have my dad's mom is in North Carolina. Like, we're all over the place. So being able to share pictures of us and of Elle, and to be able to see pictures of them, is really important to me. But that doesn't mean I need to be on Instagram every single day for 30 minutes looking at it, right? I can set some boundaries around that. Or another example would be, we obviously have a presence on for the gym, but that doesn't mean I need to be on it all the time. We can schedule those posts ahead. We can Only be on there when we're responding to comments or we're doing certain things. I'm not just sitting there just always looking for the next thing or whatever. Putting boundaries on it so it's not sucking my time up, so I can be active and present in other areas. So what happens is we start building this habit of, and this isn't just with social media or your phone, but it's a good place to start this conversation, is when we start building that habit of grabbing the phone when we're bored, we don't do other things. Like there's tons of other things that we could be doing that are more active and more in line with investing our time versus spending it. And when you start that process of saying, "Oh, I'm bored, I'm doing it," it's going to keep seeing itself. So every single time you're bored, you're just going to go to that phone. Every single time. Hey, I'm in the line waiting for, in the grocery store, I'm waiting in line. I'm just going to, look through it real quick. Or I'm at the MVA and I'm just waiting. Well, what are some things that you could do instead of that? First we need to break that habit so that we're not always doing that. And some of the ways we can do that is by being comfortable in your own head, being able to think about things. What are you going to do when you get home? How are you going to be present with your significant other? What are you going to do? Where are you going to take your dog for a walk? When you have planned waiting like a doctor's office, grab that book that you've been meaning to read, or again, be comfortable in your own head and spend some time with yourself. Reflect on how you can get better. Reflect on some things like that. What we see a lot, and we start getting this boredom all the time, even when you're trying to be present, when you're trying to invest your time, it can not happen. So the example, again, I'm going to steal my own personal experience. We have a 3-year-old, and she likes watching terrible movies. So, I still want to be there with her. So we'll be sitting there watching a movie, and it's terrible. And, I'll just reach for my phone and start scrolling. Think about that image in your head. Think about a parent sitting next to their kid watching a movie, and the parent is just sitting there scrolling, right? Now, think of the parent that is not doing that, sitting there watching a movie. How is that parent going to act differently? You're probably going to snuggle up. You're probably going to ask questions about the movie. You're probably going to see how they're reacting, see what they like, see if they're getting bored. You get to see what's going on. And then you can take that information and start having a conversation with them about it. You can be active. You can be present. There aren't any throwaway moments. Like the kids, other people remember the time that you've taken and were present with them. It doesn't have to be the super quality time where we're going to this fancy thing and doing that cool thing and this weird experience, that cool experience. It's just being there next to them, being present, making sure that you're spending time with them. And that's investing your time. They might not remember that specific moment, but they're gonna remember that you were there for them. And this is gonna bring that habit back in. When you stop reaching for the phone all the time, you're gonna start figuring out, oh, man, I'm really bored. I'm sitting at a restaurant table with all my, with a bunch of friends or family, and usually I reach for my phone. But now, I've broken that habit. What question can I ask? Not what regular question. Oh man, the weather. Like what's a meaningful question that you can ask? What's a meaningful conversation that you can have that everybody would be interested in, right? Instead of just always asking that same question, start digging deeper. That's one, like, asking better questions is one way that I like investing my time. Having a gym, I really enjoy talking to people, and asking better questions is a great way to talk to people. And it's a great way to connect with others. It's a great way to connect with your daughter or your son in law or whoever, your in laws. So, next time you get bored, next time you catch yourself doom scrolling, next time you catch yourself having dead time, next time you have yourself, um, next time you catch yourself just mindlessly doing something, think about how you can invest that time. Think about how you can make this time help you in the long run. It's a little rambly today. Sorry about that. Well, I hope you liked it. I hope you get something out of this. I hope you consider investing your time versus spending it. I always love talking to you guys, and I appreciate you listening. If you have any feedback, let me know. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, comment, let me know. I like talking about stuff. Cheers, guys.